October 1, 2024, News Report 1. According to Radio France Internationale, the U.S. House of Representatives passed 33 bills related to China in September. Approximately 30% of these bills aim to restrict Chinese investment in key U.S. industries. Specifically, they include legislation to promote domestic chip manufacturing to accelerate the construction of local chip factories, as well as biosafety bills and measures to end China's dominance in the U.S. electric vehicle market. These bills are primarily designed to prevent Chinese companies from controlling the electric vehicle and biopharmaceutical sectors in the United States. However, two bills did not pass. The first is the Prohibition of Foreign Interference in Elections Act, which failed to gain support due to its vague content. The second is the Port Threat Identification Act, which attempted to ban port cranes made in China. This bill did not pass because 80% of U.S. ports rely on Chinese gantry crane equipment, making it difficult to find alternatives. The passage of 33 China-related bills in just 1 month by the U.S. Congress demonstrates a high level of consensus between the two major parties, Democrats and Republicans, on the issue of confronting China. News Report 2. According to the United Daily News, the official website of the Social Work Department of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China was officially launched on October 1. This department was established in March last year and is the successor to the Chinese Communist Party's special organization known as the Central Committee Special Section. There is a general perception that the purpose of restoring this institution is to strengthen the party's control over Chinese communities, extending its management down to the grassroots and cellular levels of society. The official website indicates that the Minister of the Social Work Department is Wu Hansheng, supported by 5 vice ministers, Li Wenzhang, Lu Zhao, Kai Lisin, Zhao Shitang, and Lu Qing. Among them, Li Wenzhang also serves as the director of the National Petition Office, and Lu Zhao is the head of the Discipline Inspection Group of the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection stationed in the Social Work Department. The leadership list of the Social Work Department is relatively unfamiliar to the public, with comments suggesting that these individuals are part of the Communist Party's underground cadre, indicating that the party is still managing the country through underground party mechanisms. As a functional department of the Central Committee, the Social Work Department is responsible for unifying the leadership of the national petition work, guiding the party-building work of national industry associations and chambers of commerce, and overseeing party-building efforts in mixed ownership enterprises, non-public enterprises, new economic organizations, new social organizations, and new employment groups. Additionally, it is responsible for coordinating volunteer service work. Although the website currently does not provide specific work content, analysts believe that this department plays an important role in the Communist Party's system, aiming to extend the party's control into every corner of communities and grassroots society. News Report 3. Recently, several Taiwanese artists posted on Weibo on October 1 to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of China. These artists include Wu Kangzhen, Yinengjing, Yang Zongwei, Wang Lihong, and Wang Xinling. Wu Kangzhen recently stirred some controversy by signing with a Chinese agency on September 30 and then reposting a congratulatory message from the People's Daily on October 1, commenting, "Blessings for a beautiful China." This message triggered dissatisfaction among Chinese netizens, who criticized him for wanting to profit from mainland China without kneeling, while some Taiwanese netizens accused him of betraying the land of his upbringing. As a result, Wu found himself in an awkward position of being criticized from both sides. Yinengjing posted about her attendance at the reception for the 75th anniversary of the Communist Party's founding, praising the grandeur of the Great Hall of the People. Since marrying Chinese actor Qin Hao in 2015, Yi has settled in China and is perceived to have a very compliant political stance toward the Chinese government. In response to this phenomenon, Taiwan's Mainland Affairs Council issued a statement on October 1, pointing out that the Chinese Communist Party has long intervened in the film and entertainment industry through political ideology, especially requiring Taiwanese artists to make statements during specific holidays. The council emphasized that while some artists may be forced to bow in special circumstances, they still hope that artists will consider the perceptions of Taiwanese society and cherish the hard-won democracy and freedom in Taiwan. The Mainland Affairs Council's firm stance reflects the Lai Ching-te government's increasing vigilance toward the influence of the Chinese Communist Party in Taiwan, indicating that the Taiwan side's attitude on such issues is becoming more resolute. The council also noted that the pro-China atmosphere in Taiwan largely stems from the tolerance of certain political forces. If the ruling party no longer shows leniency, this atmosphere will be difficult to maintain. News Report 4. According to Radio France Internationale, Hong Kong's police commissioner, Xiao Zi, stated that 7,000 police officers were deployed on the streets for duty on October 1. That day, the Hong Kong government held a flag-raising ceremony at Golden Bauhinia Square, where police were on high alert, and citizens were unable to approach the square, with protests also being prohibited. At the same time, the Hong Kong Public Opinion Research Institute released the latest survey results regarding social stability and freedom indices in Hong Kong. The survey indicated that, on a scale of 10, Hong Kong's social stability score was 6.07, the rule of law was 6.05, and freedom was only 5.47, which did not reach a passing score. The Prosperity Index was 5.26, and the Democracy Index was 4.65. Compared to the survey results in 1997, the Prosperity Index has declined by 40%, Democracy by 30%, Freedom by 22%, Stability by 17%, and Rule of Law by 15.6%. Professor Chen Jialua from Hong Kong Polytechnic University noted that since the implementation of the Hong Kong National Security Law, the 7.5 million residents of Hong Kong feel threatened, leading to a very repressive social atmosphere. Nowadays, daily conversations among Hong Kong people have become more cautious, and friends often remind each other to be careful with their words. This survey was conducted in September and included responses from 673 Hong Kong residents. News Report 5. On October 1, the Israeli Ministry of Defense announced that Israel's elite 98th Division is currently engaged in combat operations inside Lebanon. The Israeli military's ground operations are concentrated in the eastern region along the Lebanese border, extending over 40 kilometers. The Israeli military has launched intense artillery attacks in these areas and conducted ground operations at multiple locations. An Israeli military spokesperson issued a message in Arabic on social media, urging Lebanese civilians to avoid conflict areas and specifically advising against traveling by car during evacuations. The spokesperson also accused Hezbollah of using civilians as human shields to protect its military operations. The U.S. Department of Defense subsequently released a statement saying that Defense Secretary Austin spoke with Israeli Defense Minister Gallant on September 30. Both agreed on the necessity of dismantling Hezbollah's military infrastructure along the border to protect residents in northern Israel from attack threats. Israel and the U.S. also jointly warned Iran that if it attempts to launch a direct attack on Israel, it will face severe consequences. News Report 6. Deutsche Welle reported that the German Attorney General announced the arrest of a Chinese woman on October 1, accusing her of espionage activities. The woman, named Yang Qi, has a surname starting with X. She worked for a logistics company in Germany, providing services to clients, including Leipzig-Halle Airport in Germany. Prosecutors stated that from mid-last year to February this year, Yang provided a Chinese spy named Guo Jian with information about flights, cargo, and passengers at Leipzig and Halle airports, particularly sensitive information related to military equipment transportation and German arms manufacturers. Guo Jian was arrested for espionage in April this year. He had previously been an assistant to a European Parliament member from Germany's Alternative for Germany party. After her arrest, Yang was immediately transferred to the German Federal Court for further investigation. News Report 7. Deutsche Welle reported that former Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte officially became NATO's new Secretary-General on October 1, succeeding Jens Stoltenberg. Stoltenberg took office on October 1, 2014, with a term originally set for 4 years but extended multiple times, ultimately serving as NATO Secretary-General for 10 years. During the inauguration ceremony, Rutte warned China against continuing to support Russia, noting that China has become a key driving force in the Russia-Ukraine war. He stated that China cannot continue to fuel the largest conflict in Europe since World War II while ensuring its own interests and public opinion are not affected. Rutte also promised that the West would continue to strengthen support for Ukraine and expressed confidence in cooperating with whoever is elected as the next U.S. president. Rutte's statements further emphasized NATO's firm stance against Russia regarding the Ukraine issue and expressed concern over China's role in the conflict. News Report 8. Tsingtao Daily reported that the Shanghai Jing'an District Court sentenced internet celebrity Zhang Fei to 6 months in prison, with a 1-year reprieve, for the crime of harming the reputation of national heroes on September 30. Notably, September 30 is the Martyrs' Day established by Xi Jinping, and the court chose this day to announce the verdict, raising questions from the public who believe this is a promotion of Xi Jinping's agenda, casting doubt on the independence of the judiciary. The case originated from a video that Zhang Fei posted last year, which allegedly insulted and denigrated nationalist government officer Chen Erjin and communist spy Wang Manxia. Chen Erjin was the captain of Chiang Kai-shek's garrison, while Wang Manxia was an operative sent by Zhou Enlai to infiltrate the Nationalist Party. In 1938, Wang married Chen and successfully recruited him until he was executed in 1948 after his identity was exposed. Zhang Fei surrendered in October last year, was prosecuted in April this year, and publicly issued an apology letter in July. The trial of this case has once again sparked doubts and discussions regarding the independence of the Chinese judiciary. News Report 9. According to the paper, many people in China chose to set off early to avoid the travel peak before the National Day holiday, only to find themselves stuck in traffic late at night. From the night of September 29 to the early morning of September 30, a flood of videos of highway traffic jams appeared on Weibo, with netizens expressing their frustrations about the traffic conditions. Some journeys that normally take an hour and a half now take 4 hours, and many users warned others to prepare for long waits. Some even posted about their preparations for dealing with traffic jams, including food, water, and blankets for sleeping in their cars. According to estimates from China's Ministry of Transport, the number of people driving during this National Day holiday will reach 1.5 billion, accounting for 80% of total travel. The average daily traffic on highways nationwide is expected to reach 61 million vehicles. On the railway front, the number of passengers transported by rail nationwide was 17.5 million on September 30 and is expected to reach 21 million on October 1, with a total of 175 million passengers expected to be transported by rail throughout the holiday. In terms of aviation, from the night of September 30 to October 1, a travel peak is also anticipated, with Beijing's 2 major airports expected to handle 2.3 million passengers. Overall, the national transportation system will face tremendous pressure during this holiday, and there is a clear surge in public travel. News Report 10. According to KCNA, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un sent a congratulatory message to Chinese President Xi Jinping on October 1 to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. In his message, Kim expressed that under the leadership of the Communist Party, China's comprehensive national strength and international prestige have significantly increased, encouraging the Chinese people to unite closely around the party's Central Committee with Xi at its core. Kim sends such congratulatory messages to Xi every year on National Day, and Yonhap noted that this year's message is similar to those in previous years, indicating a continuity in diplomatic practices between the two countries. However, experts pointed out that there have been signs of a recent cooling in China-North Korea relations. For instance, she sent a congratulatory message to Kim on September 9 for the 76th anniversary of North Korea's founding, but Kim did not respond until September 15, which was much later than in previous years. Analysis indicates that Kim's response was less flowery than in previous years, sounding rather cool. Additionally, data analysis from NK Pro shows that the frequency of exchanges between Xi and Kim has decreased this year, with only 3 interactions so far compared to 10 during the same period last year. Experts believe that Kim's use of a more enthusiastic tone in his congratulatory message on October 1, similar to past, flattering, diplomatic language, may aim to mend relations with China. There have been rumors that Kim referred to China as North Korea's historical enemy in an internal speech in September, impacting China-North Korea relations. Nevertheless, relations have not completely broken down. However, North Korea's recent frequent interactions with Russian President Putin indicate a new diplomatic landscape that may put pressure on Xi. Overall, Kim Jong-un is attempting to seek balance between China and Russia amid the current international situation while also using diplomatic gestures like congratulatory messages to repair ties with China. This reflects North Korea's flexible diplomatic strategy in a complex international environment. News Report 11. According to Kyodo News, on the afternoon of October 1, Japan held a special election for the National Diet, where the newly elected president of the Liberal Democratic Party, LDP, Shigeru Ishiba, was chosen as Japan's 102nd Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is nominated by the political party and elected by a vote in the Diet, usually held by the head of the majority party in the House of Representatives. Ishiba successfully assumed this role as the leader of the LDP. On the same day, the cabinet led by Prime Minister Fumio Kishida collectively resigned. Ishiba then entered the Prime Minister's official residence to form a cabinet and attended the appointment ceremony held by the Emperor of Japan at the Imperial Palace. Ishiba's cabinet is set to be officially inaugurated on November 1, with 13 members being first-time cabinet members, setting a record for the highest number of newcomers, including 2 women, although this is 3 fewer than Kishida's cabinet. In the LDP presidential election, Ishiba's competitors, Sanai Takaichi, Nobasuke Kishi, and Taro Kono, did not make it into the cabinet or gain party positions, indicating Ishiba's relatively stable leadership position. Ishiba plans to dissolve the House of Representatives on October 9 and hold a House election on October 27. Meanwhile, tensions in Sino-Japanese relations continue. On September 29, a Japanese civic group protested outside the Chinese embassy, criticizing the Chinese government for spreading hatred, which led to the stabbing death of a boy at a Japanese school in Shenzhen. Protesters displayed banners with phrases like, "Break off diplomatic ties with China," and "Down with the Communist Party of China," with several cars parading near the embassy and broadcasting demands for an apology from the Chinese government regarding the incident. Japanese police took significant precautions during the protest, preventing demonstrators from being searched, and ultimately allowed them to protest outside the embassy under police arrangements. This incident further reflects the tense situation in Sino-Japanese relations and the strong discontent among the Japanese public regarding the actions of the Chinese government. News Report 12. According to Liberty Times, Ko Wen-jae, chairman of the People's Party, rejected the request for questioning by prosecutors from the Taipei District Prosecutor's Office on October 1. Prosecutors stated that Ko was unwilling to appear in court that morning, and the law enforcement officers at the detention center immediately reported this to the prosecutors. After assessing Ko's physical and mental condition, the prosecutors decided to postpone the questioning without providing specific details on his condition. This was the 5th time Ko was summoned for questioning. Despite being in detention, he still cannot evade the prosecutor's inquiry and must ultimately respond to related issues. Additionally, Lee Wenzong, the financial director of Ko's campaign office, was detained on September 28 and faced the prosecutors for the first time on October 1, investigating his remittances and the flow of funds related to Jinhua City. Lee and Ko have been classmates for 50 years. In 2018, Lee served as the director of Ko's market office and later became the chairman of Taipei Metro the following year, enjoying a lucrative position. Recently, reports indicated that the Taipei District Prosecutor's Office discovered names of Hsinchu City Mayor Gao Honggan and Taoyuan mayoral candidate Lai Xiangling in an Excel document on Ko's USB drive. The way they were recorded in the document was similar to the chairman of the Jingwei Group, Shin Qingjin. Gao Honggan has been suspended due to a corruption case, while Lai Xiangling responded that the 1.1 million new Taiwan dollars she received were election funds from the Democratic Progressive Party and were unrelated to the Jinhua case. This series of events has further triggered scrutiny and questions regarding Ko and his team. News Report 13. The Southern Theater Command of the People's Liberation Army conducted a naval task force patrol in the South China Sea on September 30 and October 1 to enhance joint combat capabilities and maintain peace and stability in the region. These activities reflect China's growing military presence in the South China Sea. On September 18, the Southern Theater Command conducted military exercises near Scarborough Shoal, involving reconnaissance, early warning, and maritime air patrols, further indicating its military deployment in the area. Additionally, on September 28, the exercises at Scarborough Shoal also included reconnaissance and maritime air patrols. Notably, on the same day, the United States, the Philippines, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand conducted maritime cooperation activities in the South China Sea, which were seen as military exercises since all participants were warships. This was the first time these 5 countries conducted joint drills in the exclusive economic zone of the Philippines. According to the weekly monitoring report from the Philippine Navy, from September 24 to 30, 178 Chinese vessels appeared in the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone, a decrease of 73 vessels from the previous week's 251, primarily attributed to a reduction in militia boats. Meanwhile, the number of Chinese Coast Guard and naval vessels remained relatively stable, currently concentrated near Thitu Island, Renai Reef, and Whitsun Reef. On October 1, a spokesperson for the Philippine Navy stated that the Philippines must focus on the big picture and prepare strategically to address the ongoing confrontation with China in the South China Sea. This indicates a sense of urgency for the Philippines regarding the South China Sea issue and the necessity to strengthen cooperation with allies. News Report 14. Super Typhoon Sanba is expected to make landfall in southern Taiwan on the afternoon of October 2. The Executive Yuan of Taiwan has announced that all classes and work will be suspended nationwide on that day, prompting many citizens to rush to buy food, resulting in many supermarket shelves being emptied. According to forecasts from the Central Weather Bureau, Sanba will bring gusts of 16 to 17 levels upon landing, along with heavy rainfall, potentially causing disasters. The forward speed of the typhoon is very slow, and its impact on Taiwan is expected to last until October 5. The Ministry of National Defense of Taiwan stated that the military has assembled 15,000 officers and soldiers in counties and cities where disasters are likely to occur, equipped with assault vehicles, inflatable boats, drones, and pumps to assist local disaster relief and evacuation efforts. Meanwhile, the Civil Aeronautics Administration of Taiwan announced that all flights on the island have been suspended as of the afternoon of October 2. Taiwan's citizens have begun making preparations for possible impacts on their daily lives.